Hello, 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 hello. Guys, is my screen visible? Hello. Guys, is my screen visible to you? Guys, is my screen visible?
Webcam and I am talking to you right here. But I want to add a little here. You can see we already have our webcam set up. I want to add another scene. So I'm going to click on the plus button and I'm going to name this, let's call this browser window. And then I'm going to click on OK. Now, once I've done that, all of a sudden my screen is blank because I have no sources in that particular scene. So what am I going to do? I'm going to add a source, of course. Wait, that rhymed. Oh man, I keep getting cornier and cornier. Now, I have a number of different ways I can do it. I can do a display capture, I can do a browser source, or I can do a window capture. And I want to explain the differences to you by showing it to you actually. So if I click on browser source, and I'm just going to leave the name there because I'm not really going to use it, it's going to ask me for the URL and the width and the height and all that good stuff, and it's going to show that particular URL. Now, I don't like this option because this is loading it within OBS. I would rather use my browser, whether I'm using Chrome or Safari or whatever the case might be. I want to be able to kind of move around in that browser. So this is not what I want. I'm going to click on cancel and then remove that particular source. Then I'm going to show you a display capture. So if I do a display capture, and I'm going to call this my display capture, I'm just going to keep it as that, and click on OK. Now all of a sudden it shows this particular monitor. Now of course on this monitor I have OBS, which is showing OBS, which is showing OBS, and then you have this kind of infinite loop of OBS. I have two monitors connected, so I'm going to actually select display number one, which is this browser window, which is what I wanted to show you. Now here's OBS, and then you have this kind of infinite. Now all of a sudden, and I'm going to show you a display capture. So if I do a display capture, and I'm going to call this my display capture, I'm just going to keep it as that, and click on OK. Now Now all of a sudden it shows this particular monitor. Now of course on this monitor I have OBS, which is showing OBS, which is showing OBS, and then you have this kind of infinite loop of OBS. I have two monitors connected, so I'm going to actually select display number one, which is this browser window, which is what I wanted to show you. Now here's the thing. If I do a display capture like this, and I can select cropping and all that stuff, I'm going to click on OK for now and show you the significance of this. But first of all, what I'm noticing is this actually goes beyond the screen. It's too big. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to right click on it, I'm going to transform, and then have it fit the screen. And now you're seeing the entire window. This is my blog at becomeablogger.com, and it's showing you the entire screen. Now the significance here is if I open something else on that screen, so here you can see my Finder, and I can do all kinds of stuff. So if I load something else, let's say I open up a PowerPoint and I move that
Hello.
PowerPoint in here, now you can see that as well. That is a display capture. It is capturing whatever you have on that particular monitor. If that's what you want to do, then that is perfectly fine. But you also have another option. And I want to show you that other option. So I'm going to go ahead and delete this display capture and click on yes. And then I'm going to add a window capture. So I'm going to go ahead and select window capture. And this one I'm going to name Safari because that's the browser I'm currently using. And I'm going to click on OK. Now it's going to ask me which window am I trying to display. I'm going to click on here, and every single window that I can show is going to be right there and available. I am looking for Safari, so I'm going to come down here to Safari, start a blog, change the world, and click on OK. Now once again, you can see this little red line here shows you that it's going beyond this little window, and that's beyond what the viewer is going to see. So I'm going to go back to transform and fit to screen, and there we have it. Now, it doesn't matter what I do. Like right now, I actually have a PowerPoint window in front of this, but it's not caring about that. It's just going to show what I said. The specific window that I told it to show is what it's going to show. And, I'm browsing around and doing other things in other windows on that same screen, and it's not affecting it at all. When I am sharing my screen and I'm sharing a browser, this is what I am usually doing, not sharing the entire display. I would rather set up a window capture for my browser and another window capture for my PowerPoint, etc., 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 so that when I select Safari, it is only showing you Safari. And now if I want to switch back to my webcam, I can switch back to my webcam, not webcan, but I can switch to the webcam. Man, I keep getting cornier and cornier. But that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you got some value from that. In the next video, I'm going to show you how to set up 4 basic scenes and then switch between them during your live stream. That's it for this video. This is Leslie Samuel here from becomeablogger.com, where we're changing the world one blog at a time.
Sign up on Binomo and get a chance to earn on exchange rates. Binomo, your honest trading partner.
Hello, hello, hello. So in this video, I am going to try my best to explain OBS to you and how you can record. So I'm doing this like screen share of a screen share of a screen share. I'm actually going to make myself very teeny to show you this. So I downloaded OBS for free, and I'm still figuring it out, but let me open this up even more. This is what it looks like, because behind there was actually my Final Cut Pro. So this is the full screen of OBS. I know they look the same. So there's this screen in the middle where I can see what's going on. Let me pull up screen in the middle, I can see what's going on. Right now, I'm putting my video capture display over it. So I just have one scene on right now, and I have 3 sources that I'm recording. And here's my audio showing, and I
Hello.
am recording. And I can stop the recording, but I'm not going to stop the recording. If I was streaming, I would start the streaming, but I'm not streaming, I'm just recording. So the video capture device, that's like your webcam. So I can also turn it off. Off. Turn it back on. And I can make it smaller. Let's turn it off. I'm going to turn it off right now. Okay. The window capture it's cool because you can select certain windows. So I'm going to select my Chrome. I just want to share Google Chrome. So this is what's on my Chrome. I just want to share Google Chrome. So this is what's on my Google Chrome page. I can make it smaller, make it fit in here. And I guess if I wanted to do a screen share video of me talking and me also showing my computer screen, I would have video capture device on in the, click it on the corner. I would maybe put myself in the corner somewhere kind of small, and I would have the window capture take up this OBS area. Sorry, you have to click where it says window capture so you can make it a bit bigger. Window capture. Keeps going to display capture. I don't want display capture. I want to turn off display capture. I'm going to hide display capture. So now I can just check out my window capture. And you guys, watching the video, it's like more confusing. It's going to, like, watch this video, but then test it out for yourself too. Like, you don't learn to drive a car just by watching a training on how to drive a car. You got to go drive it. So if I'm going to make a video like this, I'm going to have my face in the corner. I'm going to have video capture on, window capture on, and then I'm going to go here.
क्या नहीं देखी पता नहीं होगा
यानी कि अभी देखिए 6 जून में है ना
हम्म
यहाँ से दिल्ली जाना पड़ेगा दिल्ली से फिर जो है वो ट्रेन है यहाँ से सुबह 4:40 पे ट्रेन है 2 घंटे पहले रेलवे स्टेशन जाना पड़ेगा और उसमें सेकंड सीटिंग पर 6 सीटें अवेलेबल हैं
अच्छा
340 रुपये किराया है पुरानी दिल्ली बस में उधारी है पुरानी दिल्ली से नई दिल्ली जाना है नई दिल्ली से फिर वो ट्रेन तेरे को मिलेगी दूसरी अम्बाला के लिए 2:35 पे पहुँचेगी 10:10 पे और वो मिलेगी 2:35 को जो तेरे को 5:30 बजे वहाँ पे अम्बाला छोड़ेगी अगर जाना तो 6 तारीख में अवेलेबल है 6 दोनों में उधर भी सेकंड सीटिंग 130 रुपये है इधर 140 रुपये
हाँ मैं एक बार कंफर्म करता हूँ आपको थोड़ी देर में
हाँ देख ले 6 में और 7 में दोनों में अवेलेबल है
Okay, making a tutorial. Like, blah, blah, blah. But for this video, since I was showing you more OBS, I was doing display capture. So I can actually see OBS. But if I was not making an OBS training video, I probably do not want display capture on. While I'm on this video, let me just show you some other things. When I click stop record, for me on my Mac, it's saving the videos in the movies section. So it renders it pretty quick, and then I open it up into Final Cut Pro and make any like edits that I need to make. And then let me turn on display capture really quick. Just maybe a little more advanced things. If you need to do settings, click video capture device. If you need to select like the right webcam and window capture settings, if you need to switch the screen you want to show or the application you want to show. Display capture options, I haven't edited that. As far as streaming options, I will show you that really quick just because I figured it out. I'm gonna hide this and I'll just have this. I go to OBS references and stream, and then you put a URL in a stream key. So if you are connecting this to the Facebook Live Connect section, you put that info in. Or if you're using YouTube, you put that info in. This video wasn't so much about streaming though, so I'm actually not going to get into it. I wanted to more make you guys a video about how to just do basic recordings with your face and a browser. Okay. Let me know if you have questions and maybe I can make more advanced OBS videos as I get better.
Hi, I'm Nikki McGackey. I'm the Executive Director at Fulton Access TV. But today, working from my home office, as I'm sure many of you are as well, I've had a lot of questions about streaming and software and video conferencing. So I thought it might be useful to set up some video tutorials to help walk you guys through some of the solutions that we're using here at the station to help stream our government meetings. Today, the first thing we're going to do is install Open Broadcast Studios, OBS, which is a great free resource for streaming and switching video. So let's get into it. Now I'm using a Mac, so I'm going to be downloading the Mac OS version of OBS Studios. I will open the file and save. Now on a Mac, you're going to disk mount it, which is a little bit different than on a PC. So we will drag the icon for OBS over here to our applications folder. Again, in Windows, you would be going through the installer process. OBS doesn't take too terribly long to install itself. So I'm going to come down to my applications, scroll down, and there it is, OBS. Double click there. Give it a few minutes to load up. Alright, so this is our initial screen. This is what we get when we first install Open Broadcast Studios. Now, because I already had Open Broadcast software loaded onto my Mac, even though I uninstalled it, it does still remember some of my previous settings. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to Tools, and I'm going to run the Auto Configuration Wizard. This will help it figure out what settings are best for my personal setup here. I want to optimize for streaming, recording is secondary. I want my base canvas to be an HD widescreen, which is 1920 by 1080. And I am going to change this down to 29.97. Now, for us, we're going to be uploading to YouTube. We don't need to put in a stream key quite right now because you'll be doing that as you set up your stream through YouTube. This already has a previous one in there, which is just fine. If you're not seeing that, you want to click the drop down, go down to YouTube. Server should be the primary YouTube ingest server, and we'll leave the video bitrate alone. Click next, and it's going to go through a series of tests to figure out what the best settings are. Oh, that looks interesting. Well, you can't really see what this says, but we'll go ahead and go apply settings. Alright, so you've got Open Broadcast Studios installed now. You've got some base settings to start with. So now that you've successfully set up OBS, I'm going to walk through the way that we are going to stream our government meetings here at Bolton Access. There's a lot of different ways you could do it. Our town's going to be using Zoom video conferencing. And so what we're going to do is we're going to screen capture Zoom and stream that out to YouTube. I believe Zoom also has a feature where you can stream directly to YouTube. We're going to be doing it this way though so that we can add in some of our station information and other graphics. So here I am with my base setting in OBS. Now the first thing you want to do is you're going to set up your scenes. For us, we're going to make 2 different scenes. I'm going to click this plus button, and I'm going to call my first scene Intro. This will be the logo that's up before the meeting starts. I'm going to delete the scene that was already in there, just to clean things up. Now I'm going to make a second scene, and I'm going to name this one Meeting. Inside each scene are sources. So for the intro, we're going to keep this very simple. We're just going to use a static graphic of our logo. So I am going to click the plus button right down here in sources. I've made sure that I'm highlighted on intro and scenes. And I'm going to choose image.